Hello guys and welcome here to the Carvana Wildcard Series. This is race number 11 here today from the Darlington International Raceway, a historic racing venue, the Lady in Black. And today, of course, we mark, after today, 4 races left in the regular season. As we quickly approach the playoffs, we want to start this race. First off, we're going to tell you Dave James is on the pole, and to his outside is Daniel Boyles. But really quickly, let's look at the scenarios if the Carvana playoffs were to start today. The one thing you'll see on the right side, or on the left side of your screen, we've had 10 different winners, only 7 so far qualified for this season's playoffs, because keep in mind you must stay top 25. We're going to keep this up through the pre-race show here. But yeah, you notice that 7 of them only qualify. Obviously you have to be top 25 to stay in playoff contention, much like in the NASCAR Cup Series where you have to stay top 30 to be eligible. And then of course, yeah, of course 7 of those guys are in, the others are, there's a handful of them that are outside right now looking in. But we've had 11 different winners. So based on that right now, keep in mind Miguel Zapata not only is the double points race winner, he is also the championship leader so far for the regular season championship. Obviously, a win today would help that chance. I mean, but like I said, if he wins that regular season championship, that is 27 playoff points he enters with. And keep in mind, that carries into every round of the playoffs, the round of 12, the round of 8, and the championship 4. Which is a 2-race event. Making the playoffs, of course, on points right now would be Crystal Sleo, Anthony Lopez, Rob Evans, Rodney Crouch, and Joshua Saculli. But obviously, right now, the focus is going to be on Dylan Ibrahimian, Brad Stover, Dave James, Daryl Manning. They are the ones that are just on the outside looking in. Will we have another new first-time winner this season? Will someone else add their name to the playoffs? Will someone add to their points total? There are many questions that are going to be asked as we enter this Darlington race. But really quickly, this is the Carvana Wildcard Series. This is GCN. Let's roll the intro. Through turn 4. Does the 24 have enough? It's going to be a drag race to the line. You might have saw on your starting grid there, the 09's going to have a lot of work, clearly, starting in last. So Rob Evans going to have a lot of work to stay inside of the top 12. Meanwhile, someone like Brad Stover, they got their work cut out for them. But up front, it is Dave James, Daniel Boyles, they lead us to the green. And we are underway from Darlington. You see Jeremy Diaz, he gets up to second. And keep in mind as well, Tim Horton is in third. A good run by him today could get him back into the top 25. And that would take away a points-paying position for one of these drivers that are battling for that. So something to keep an eye on. But Jeremy Diaz, he is well out of the playoff hunt. So for him to be running up front, this is mostly just to build some momentum, hopefully, for season number 3 of Carvana, if not season 5 of the Jello Cup Series, if he chooses to race in that series. Once again, Tim Horton, his back is against the wall as Dave James leads. Is see a battle for the lead, and it won't pan out that way. But for someone like Tim Horton, keep in mind, this is the defending series champion. For him to be on the outside looking in right now, not a good look for this team, who chose to sign him after a championship season. Obviously, they want some return on investment. In this race, they want the points that'll help secure them into the Carvana wildcard playoffs. We have a side-by-side battle for the lead. Dave James, Jeremy Diaz out of turn 4. Diaz not going to have a strong run. He may lose the second position. No, instead he's going to hold up the 91. The 91 is going to drop a handful of positions. That is a tough break for Tim Horton, and right behind him, that is Zachary Fitzwater. Another guy, he almost had a first win this season at Martinsville. He's hoping to get his first here today at Darlington. We'll see what happens. But obviously he knows the pressure is on, just like the rest of these guys. That's why Dave James is starting to pull away now. He knows the pressure. His teammate Karen James is in the playoffs. His other teammate Giorgio Stumu, a season to forget. Let's put it that way. It's been a season to forget for them. And you see Voiles going for second. This is a huge battle for that position, and Voiles will get it. Keep in mind, Daniel Voiles needs the points from that position. And now he's got his sights set on the 42 of Dave James. After this, we go to Canadian Tire for a big road course race north of the border. That will be hopefully tomorrow. We shall see. Once again, I emphasize hopefully in that. It's been a rough go of it recently trying to get races out, and I do apologize for that. And I will try to do my best going forward to make sure that these races get out in time for you guys. Yeah, so up next we got Canadian Tire, Pocono and Richmond after that. And then we'll be at VIR. So not many races left. These guys know the pressure is on. And obviously with this kind of change in the final 5 races, that's very difficult on teams. I mean, for one, you're down south here in Darlington, South Carolina. You're going to Canadian Tire after that for a road course race. Then you're coming back racing the Tricky Triangle. And then you're going to race a short track and another road course. Not to mention a famous road course down in Virginia. It's the double header down there, and Virginia is also a double points race. If everything goes according to plan, Canadian Tire will be up tomorrow, Pocono on Sunday. Then it'll be Richmond next weekend along with Virginia to wrap up the regular season. up front. Dave James's lead is starting to shrink. Daniel Voiles looking to close in now. Once again for Voiles. Him and Dave James, no wins this season so far. A win today would certainly boost their confidence. And not only that, put them in a playoff position, possibly. Meanwhile, let's check in on Miguel Zapata. He is currently in 25th right now. Kind of struggling, he's stuck there. Not a good run going for them. Crystal Soleo is in 15th. Keep in mind, she is battling for that top position there. Let's keep in mind the regular season championship still very much up for grabs as we close in on these final few races. And she's only 2 points back of that. Caution is out. Let's see if they pit. It was a wreck in turn 1. But as they pit, let me finish up my point. So once again, Crystal Soleo right now would be leading the points. Then, of course, there's Mitch Collins. He's in 12th. That's a good run for them. Not enough to give him the points lead. And Daryl Manning might be the reason for the caution. That is not good for that 15. We mentioned in pre-race, the 11, Daryl Manning, is only 20 points back of a playoff position. That's going to put him quite a ways back if there's any significant damage to that car. As Dave James is in the pit lane, keep in mind the 78, the 07, and a handful of cars stayed out. It looks like the top 5 there. Ben Crouch, Anthony Logan, I want to say, Dylan Ibrahimian, Brad Stover, and Audra Baranowskis, your Watkins Glen winner. Your most recent winner on the circuit. Anyway, let us go see what happened. Just when we turn our backs on Miguel Zapata, there's a wreck between him and Brian James battling for that 24th position. The 99 has nowhere to go. And neither do the rest of these guys. And just Daryl Manning, a victim of circumstance there, collects some damage. So does Austin Shaw, your last season's winner here at Darlington. Tough break for these guys. Let's take you back to the green here on GCN. 2 of those guys did come to the pit lane, Anthony Logan and Audra Baranowskis there. You see the 99 and 29 lost a lap after all that, and Ben Crouch becomes your race leader. But Daryl Manning, Brian James, tough break. They are done for the day. It is Ben Crouch, Dylan Ibrahimian, Brad Stover, Dave James, and Jeremy Diaz. They are your top 5. Then it's Jacob Dillons, Daniel Voiles, Tim Horton, Johnny Gardner, and Mitch Collins, your top 10. As the green flag flies, we're back underway with 20 laps of racing to go. And the 78 gets out to a quick start. Keep in mind, he might have to pit. He's on an alternate cycle from these leaders. Same for the 16 and the 15. So it'll be a question of how far can they stretch their fuel. And not very far. Here comes Mitchell Collins. This is for second. Look who else is in the top 5. That is Crystal Soleo. She is battling to get up there. No, boy, this could be for the regular season. This is going to be for the regular season championship lead, not the championship, but for the lead of it. In the meantime, Dave James reclaims the race lead, and he is going to pull away. Keep in mind, Mitchell Collins, he's already won on a road course this season. He's doing pretty solid on that road course championship side of things. Hoping to now have some success here on the ovals. And the 09 on an alternate sequence. He's slowing down. This is going to open the door for Mitchell Collins as Dave James had to lift. Can Mitchell Collins get there? He's got a fender. Don't think he's going to get there this time, but he could set himself up for something in turns 3 and 4. Here comes Samet Ozkan. As it stands right now, Crystal Soleo is your regular season championship leader. Keep in mind that bears some significance, because if she takes it away from Miguel Zapata, regardless of what these one-win guys do the rest of the year, this will put her in a position to make the playoffs on points, and it'll take a position away from those guys. As you see, Dave James really slow. Something must have happened. The car must not be handling well on long runs this time. Or at least on this stint. You see Samet Ozkan looking for second. I don't think that's a battle he's going to win. As we come out of turn 4 and he won't win it, Mitchell Collins will hang on, and in the meantime, Dave James will pull away. Keep in mind, once again, we highlight the fact that after today, we only have 4 races till the championship for the regular season is decided in the playoffs begin. Once again, we only got Canadian Tire, Pocono, Richmond, and VIR left on the schedule for the regular season before the playoffs kick off. Dave James starting to pull away again. Crystal Soleo now up to 3rd. Keep an eye on that 49. This race isn't over yet for her. We're closing up on 10 to go. Obviously, we're going to have another cycle of stops coming. Joshua Sakuli up to 4th. Anthony Lopez up to 5th. He has been quietly good this season at 92. And he's right in the midst of it. Don't count him out either. I only say that because we've seen some weird things happen on pit road. And I'm saying there might be another stop coming. Here we go. Battle for second is on. Between the two battling for the overall regular season championship. And this could get dicey with 10 to go. Obviously, Mitchell Collins knows he has to block right now. He cannot let that 49 by him. Especially if Dave James runs out of fuel and he's been saving. And I'm thinking that 12's been saving a little bit. Or else the fall off has been really significant for them. And you see there, he is making his car 2 to 3 lanes wide, and it is just frustrating that 49. And the 49 badly wants that position. She'll try to set herself up for turns 3 and 4. Here we go. The 12 can't block anymore. The 49's going to pit. Not enough fuel. Same for the 42. The 12, Mitchell Collins, takes the race lead. And this is far from over. Our first green flag pit stop of the day. It's a money stop. You see the 12 will now pit. See Zach Fitzwater stays out. And the question will be, where will the 12 come out in comparison to not only the 49, but the 42? And will there be any strategy? It's 2 tires for the 12. So yes, strategy will be played. Here comes the 42. And the 42 had the same strategy. Here comes the 49. And Mitchell Collins slow on the pit lane. It'll cost him. Five laps to go. Caution is out. And guess what? This is going to set us up for a late race restart. The 39, Karen James, it looks like she has gone around to bring out our second caution of today's race. With 5 laps to go, it'll be interesting if we get a late race restart. Let's go see what happened. Just incidental contact. I think Karen James thought she was clear, and unfortunately she pinches the 10, and it collects the 7 and the 48. And both of them go spinning on the apron there. Some heavy damage for those two. Anyway, we'll take you back to the green. Oh man, this gets interesting. Not only is this a 1-lap shootout, look who's in second and third for this 1-lap shootout. As you saw, as we scrolled up through, Tim Horton is a lap down in 30th somewhere. That's not good for him to stay in the top 30 nor make his way into the top 25. Anyway, Crystal Saleo and Mitch Collins. Keep in mind that 42 has a bad restart. It's going to be a tough battle to the finish for 1 mile, basically. Dave James, he could punch his ticket into the playoffs. Crystal Saleo, Mitch Collins, they're already in on points. They could add a win to that total today. A lot at stake as the green flag and white flag wave. 1 lap of racing to go. The 42 does not get the jump they expected, and the 49 is there. As we go through turns 1 and 2, it is going to be a tough battle to the finish. Here we go, they're bumper to bumper. Here goes Crystal Saleo. to the inside. Does she have it through turns 3 and 4? Side by side, Dave James, he fights back on the outside to win at Darlington. He fought back hard on that outside and was not going to be denied. Soleo gave it everything she had, and it just simply was not enough. Amazing there. Many are going to question, though, Crystal Sleo's conservative approach. Maybe it's just a matter of race people the way you want to be raced. But in hindsight, I think she's going to wish that she had put the bumper to the 42 and beat and banged all the way to the finish, much like the Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch finish. She's going to wish she did that, I'm sure. But at the same time, you want to keep the respect of your opponents out on the track. And she raced very clean. She raced a very clean race. She will come out on top in the point standings today. But I'm sure Crystal Sleo wishes that she added a win to that column, as they were just so close today. Congratulations, though, to Dave James. He's our 11th different winner of the season, and our eighth different winner to punch a ticket into the Carvana wildcard playoffs. We want to thank you for watching. Here come your results and overall standings, and we will see you at Canadian Tire tomorrow, hopefully. Fingers crossed. If not, I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye, everyone.